What are some of the use cases of generative AI? How can we fuse art in UI and fast track our UI creation processes? Hi, my name is Max. Today we're going to talk about an interesting use case of generative AI for UI designers and creating different beautiful web applications and SaaS interfaces. Today's topic is about fusion of art and UI. It's one of the very important use cases of AI enhanced creatives. So what is front-end fusion, or how we can say we have created an amazing interface for users? It's mainly a combination of two elements. One is creating visual delight, and other one is to make sure that there is ease of use for the customer. So by combining art and UI, we are mainly talking about combining familiarity and delight. So making sure people don't feel alienated and they are delighted with your design elements. And also making sure that user is guided through recommended steps to take. So guiding user journey is another aspect of making sure that you have functionality of the UI also defined very well. And lastly, making sure that it is accessible, be it mobile or desktop or any other device interface. A user is easily able to access different elements of your UI. So some of the inspiration, if you look at in the world, I think Apple has been a very delightful and easy to use interface across all its devices, which is their signature in all their products. And we can also look at some of the other delightful experiences, like Google Maps has very responsive and accessible interface, which delights us on a day-to-day basis. And then Spotify has some very unique elements, which creates a very good interaction with their brand and differentiates them from the others. At the heart of every UI project or anything that to be done for users, there is empathy. We definitely need to be user-centric, and we need to make sure that whatever we are creating is aligned with the end user. So how can we make use of AI-enhanced creatives in the UI process? So I'm going to talk about three-step process which would enable you to fast track your UI and prototyping exercises. So in the very first step, we are talking about using ChatGPT and FigJam to come up with ideas. Basically, FigJam would be mainly used to conceptualize or ideate, and ChatGPT would help you to come up with actual prompts, which we would be using in the next step. So we would keep all the ideation in one place using FigJam, and ChatGPT would be used to prompt different steps or different things. Another thing I believe is important to mention here is that you can create custom GPTs, which would enable you to basically create different set of prompts for separate needs. So then you can just copy paste those prompts into different tools, which create text to image in the next step. So in terms of ideation, mainly you can use FigJam's AI capabilities here as well. For example, you can brainstorm library of elements for websites. So you would have different font style, sizes, buttons, or any other component that you can think of. You can ideate them all in FigJam. Then you can take them to ChatGPT to brainstorm some more prompts for actually running in the text to image creation tools. For example, in this case, I'm running a prompt to ideate ideas for icons for ERP systems. So it's giving me different ideas, like there should be a dashboard icon, a supply chain management icon, and it fast tracks all my process, and then I can quickly turn them into prompts for Midjourney or Dall-e. So this brings us to the next step, which is to do rapid prototyping and asset creation using these two tools, which is Midjourney and Dall-e. So in Midjourney, I think I would divide it into further 3-4 steps. The first one is to create small elements. Think of your atomic level of UI, what you would be creating. So think of those elements, list them down, and then brainstorm about them. Obviously, you would need to have some characters as well if you are using anything like that. Or if you are using some or doing some game design, you would need to create those characters. And then you can normalize them as well for your colors based on your color palette as well. And you can also give it your brand guidelines to make sure that your outputs are very much aligned with what you are trying to achieve. And lastly, you would try to think about or brainstorm about what your end UI would look like. This is where you can give it very specific prompts, and it would give you different components, ideas, and the cohesion of those elements together. And lastly, you would definitely go to again atomic level to, brainstorm those components individually, and then you would mix them together in your final mixing tool. Which brings us to the last step where we would be doing the final UI creation. So you have all the assets, you have a complete list of elements to create. From FigJam, you would start to, compile files together. So this is an amazing file asset by Exonvedi Home in the Figma community. I would drop the link below in my video. So she has, kind of used these AI assets as images, but she also used a lot of these brainstorming from Dall-e and Midjourney, mainly Midjourney. You can see that the creatives and images have created a very good, delightful experience out of the box, and also gave her ideas regarding what fonts to use, what elements to use, and how to compile them together. So you can also use these for human to machine interfaces. You can think of hardware and how your elements or components would look like in an overall hardware and software symphony. So this is something also you can do as a use of Midjourney together. So what is the value in doing generative AI or AI enhanced creatives in UI basically? So you are trying to mainly fast track your A/B testing. With these tools at your disposal, you would be able to quickly ideate, come up with prototypes, and ship them to the market. And also you would be able to do rapid prototyping. You can quickly create something in Figma. So anything you need to compile, you can easily fetch it from other tools to fast track your workflow. And lastly, you can do personalization at scale. So maybe if you have 50 different avatar portfolios, you can have certain components aligned with your brand guidelines using these tools. So I see there is a huge potential in using generative AI and AI enhanced creatives in UI. What other tools you are using to enhance your workflow? Do drop your comments and suggestions below, and I would be happy to discuss more and learn more from you as well. Thank you for your time.